So have you ever wanted to knit your very own Victorian lace edging? Look no further because I have got you covered! Greetings friends! Have you ever wanted to finish off your Victorian outfit or your Victorian project with your very own hand-knit lace edging, but maybe you don't have the focus required for knitting lace, #momlife? Yeah, I know. I mean, I got kids running around. There is no way that I am able to focus for like even 5 minutes straight on one piece of knitting. So I always thought knitting lace, nah, not for me. But then I stumbled across this magic pattern in the Victorian knitting book, The Art of Knitting. It was so easy. Even I could do it. So now I am going to teach you. The only knitting skills you need are casting on, knitting plain, yarn over, and knit two together. Oh, and casting off. And even if you don't know any of these, I'll show you how to do it. So you can do this with the most basic of knitting skills. And if at any point you don't understand what I'm doing, what I'm saying, if it doesn't click, just pause the video, go back, watch again. If it still doesn't click, pause the video, go back, watch again. Just do this until it makes sense. That's how I do it. I have watched many knitting videos and pretty much none of them made sense the first time round. So don't be afraid to pause, go back, watch again as many times as it takes. You can even slow the video down so that you can watch this at your own speed, a speed that you're comfortable with, until it makes sense, until what I'm doing makes sense to you. See this? This is what I'm talking about. It may look intricate. It's really simple. If I can do it, anyone can do it. Now, this is pretty small, but don't worry, I'll be showing you on much larger needles so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Let's get cracking. For the actual lace knitting, you're going to need tiny needles, the tiniest you can find, and tiny yarn. But for this video, I'm going to be knitting on big needles using a big yarn for purely instructional purposes. You'll need this book, The Art of Knitting. If you haven't got it, don't worry, you can get it online for free, digitally. I'll put a link in the description box below. What you need to do is go to page 26 and find number 8, narrow pointed edging. It says this edging may be made of Belding's silk or fine cotton. Cast on 5 stitches and knit across plain. Well, and I am going to assume that you know how to cast on, and if you don't, look in the description box below. I'll link a nice tutorial for you so you can go and learn that and then come back to this one. I forgot to mention this while I was filming the video, but it is perhaps important to know that I knit right-handed in the English style as opposed to left-handed or in the continental style. So I'm gonna cast on 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you have it. Then you knit across plain. This basically means that you just knit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. That's simple enough, isn't it? You just knit 5 stitches. Turn the work. And then it says slip 1. It says slip 1, throw over, narrow, throw over, knit 2. Now the Victorians used different terms than what we are used to today. Slip 1, simple enough. That basically stay the same. You slip one stitch. And that's very important. You do that at the start of every row from now on. Every row. Slip one, throw over. Throw over basically means yarn over. I'll show you how to do that. Narrow means knit two together. I'll show you how to do that too. And then again, throw over, knit two. So, simple enough. Slip one. You basically take the stitch without knitting and you transfer it from the left needle to the right. Throw over. This means yarn over. So you take your yarn and you wrap it around the knitting needle you have in your right hand. And then you narrow. You insert the knitting needle into the back of the second stitch and then you knit. So you're knitting two stitches at once. Then again, throw over or yarn over as we call it, and then knit two. Turn your work. And every alternate row, you just do this. You slip the first stitch again, and then you knit all the stitches you have. So now we're coming across the yarn over. You knit this as if it were a regular stitch, and this creates a nice little hollow, like a little eye. I don't know if you can see. This is what creates the lace, basically. The open spaces. Right, third row. You're basically going to do the same as in the first row. See, I said this was easy. The only difference is every other row where you knit the sort of, well, for lack of a better word, complicated stuff, you're going to end with either knit two or knit one. That's all. So what you do basically all the time, this is the formula. Slip the first stitch, throw over, knit two together, throw over or yarn over, again, knit two together, throw over, knit one. So you're alternating every knit stitch or knit two together, you're alternating every two stitches that you knit together with a yarn over. That's it. You don't need to remember any intricate patterns or formulas. That's it. And then we come to the alternate row again, slip the first one, knit all the stitches back. Knit, knit, just knit plain. You don't even need to purl for this one. Only plain knitting involved. So, there we go. And then we're going to do our little formula again. Slip the first stitch, throw over, knit two together, or narrow, as the Victorians like to call it. Throw over, narrow, throw over. Oh, there's two left, so knit those. Whenever there's one or two left, you knit them. Turn the work, and again, simply, oh, I almost did it wrong. Still, I think that even if you do get it wrong and you knit the occasional first stitch instead of slipping it, yeah, no big deal. So, slip one and knit. Knit, 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 knit. So, you can tell with all the yarn over, we keep narrowing them. I mean, we keep knitting the yarn overs together, so we're sort of, that's what's creating the holes. I suck at explaining this, so sorry if I suck at explaining this, but we keep doing one more yarn over, then we narrow. So each other row we end up with an extra stitch, and you can tell because this is slowly increasing. That's what's going to make the point. This is going to be the pointy bit, and this is the flat bit. So, and again, slip the first stitch, yarn over, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 2 together, yarn over, and knit the last stitch. I think you've probably figured out by now what the formula is. And the thing to keep in mind, you don't have to keep counting rows. You just need to count your stitches every once in a while. Because if you hit 12 stitches, if you've got 12 stitches on your needle, that's when you start decreasing again, quite drastically. And you will have formed the first point. And then you start the whole thing over again. So we have on our needle 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 stitches. 3 more to go. That means about 6 rows. I suck at math, so anyway, let's just fast forward. 12. We have 12 stitches on our needle, which means we are now going to cast off. Let me see. We're going to cast off 8 stitches. Hang on. Once we get to 12 stitches, we still need to knit across one row plain, like we've been doing all along. This is important. 1, you knit 1. Do you actually just slip 1? No, doesn't say. Anyway, so knit 1, knit the second one, stick the left hand needle into the first stitch you knitted and pull it over the second one. Then you knit another stitch and repeat that same thing. And you repeat that, just repeat it. And you repeat this 8 times, by the way, so this is a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you continue the throw over and narrow process again. So throw over, narrow 1. I mean, you do the 2 stitches. You knit 2 stitches together, but it's only the once. Then you need to throw the thread over again and knit the last one, which will leave you with 5 stitches, which is, if you will recall, what we started out with. So there you have it. This is our very first point. And if you continue this, you will get this very nice lace edging. That's all there is to it, folks. If this at some point didn't make sense to you, just go back, watch it again, until it does. All you need to remember is that when you hit 12 stitches, that's the point at which you need to start casting off. And then you're basically back at the beginning at the 5 stitches. That's what I mean by formula. You just repeat the whole thing over and over and over again until you have the 12 stitches. I hope this was clear. I hope I did a good job in explaining this to you. And I hope you had a good cocovid. Hopefully see you in the future. Bye-bye. Congratulations! You've made it to the end of the video. Use the code on the left or scan the QR code with your Badge Collectors app to claim your well-deserved badge. Happy knitting!